Hi there nerds, my name is Ishta and today is Thursday, February 21st, which makes today, like every other day, the anniversary of many important things. Like the tragic sinking of the British troopship the SS Mendi when it was struck by a freightliner containing a load of meat in 1917, or the granting of independence to Egypt by Britain in 1922, or the introduction of Alka Seltzer in 1931. But the most important and most interesting by far, at least to me, is that today is the 60th anniversary of the discovery of the double helix structure of DNA. But hang on, what is DNA?
Well, basically, it's this. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and if that sounds chemically to you, well, that's because it is.
Everything is made up of chemicals, people. Everything.
It's a series of 4 nucleotides, guanine, adenine, thymine, and cytosine, arranged in a chain of pairs, thymine always with adenine and guanine always with cytosine.
And the order of these pairs determines all the physical properties of all the living things, from the color and shape and texture of bananas, to the smell of pink roses, to the craziness of my hair. And DNA is tiny. Imagine a chain of 3.17 billion pairs of nucleotides, small enough to fit inside the nucleus of a blood cell, which is so small that we need a microscope with a magnification of a power of 400 just to be able to see it. That's how tiny DNA is, and it's got all that stuff in it. It's pretty overwhelming to think that all the secrets of life are determined by just the pattern of 4 different nucleotides, but it's true. And exactly how that works is still a bit of a mystery, but scientists are working on it. And projects like the Human Genome Project bring us one step closer every day to a full and complete understanding. But back to the story. Back in the late 1940s and 50s, DNA and its composition and structure was a really hot topic for research. We already knew about nucleic acids and their composition. They're basically made out of sugar, phosphoric acid, and nitrogen. And in 1943, an American named Oswald Avery proved that DNA is an encoding of genetic information. But nobody knew what the actual molecule looked like. Then 2 things happened. In 1948, Linus Pauling made the discovery that many proteins take the shape of a helix. And in 1950, Erwin Chargaff discovered that the 4 nucleotide bases occur in pairs. Meanwhile, 2 different teams of people, Francis Crick and James Watson at Cambridge University, and Maurice Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin at King's College London, were using 2 different approaches to uncover the secrets of DNA's basic structure. Crick and Watson made physical models to narrow down the possibilities, while Franklin and Wilkins did experiments and then drew conclusions based on those experiments. Then followed several failed attempts by both parties, until Franklin made the discovery that DNA in a humid environment takes the shape of a helix. But she wasn't sure that this would apply to all DNA, and so she was reluctant to announce her finding. And her partner, Maurice Wilkins, frustrated with her reluctance to share their discovery, defected to the other side. In 1953, he shared her findings without her knowledge or consent with Crick and Watson, who then coupled that discovery with Chargaff's finding that nucleotides occurred in pairs to come up with the double helix structure that we know DNA holds. Although Crick and Watson are credited with the discovery of DNA, when the Nobel Prize was awarded in 1962, they shared it with Wilkins. It would only have been fair to award it to Franklin as well, except that unfortunately she'd passed away by then. What this story proves is that when it comes to scientific research and innovation, we accomplish more when we work together than when we work apart. DNA is, for me, the perfect example of where chemistry and biology overlap and come together, and of why, in order to really have a full and complete understanding of ourselves and how we came to be, and of life around us, we need a solid grounding in both those sciences. For more videos, some of which will be about sciencey things, but most of which will be about other things, you can find me on my other channels, links down there in the doobly-doo. Thanks for watching, DFTBA, and I'll see someone on Friday. Yes, I've always wanted to say that.